2020 Democratic contender, and Colorado Senator Michael Bennet. He's a member of the Intelligence Committee. So I want to look at the rules, Senator, when it comes to the impeachment process. It's a supermajority to remove him from office, but it is a simple majority to call witnesses, to make the rules. So what exactly, how does that constrain Mitch McConnell?
Well, it doesn't actually constrain him very much, because as long as he can get 51 votes, he can set the process up any way he wants to.
But does that mean he can call Hunter Biden like the president wants?
If he can get 51 votes to do it.
Do you think he could?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. But I think in terms of managing the overall process, how the length of time it's going to take, whether to call witnesses as a general matter, those kinds of things, I think he's going to be able to do that. I don't think, if that's the question, will he be able to call Hunter Biden? I think the answer is going to be no, because he won't get 51 votes.
Okay, let me clarify the point I was trying to make, which was on the more controversial witness picks, the ones the president would like Mitch McConnell to pursue, Hunter Biden, the whistleblower, maybe lengthening out the trial. How much, with a Republican caucus that includes a Mitt Romney, includes a Senator Collins, and I don't know if anybody else is on this list, how much is he constrained in keeping this a more civil, in a more civil discourse? I
think he's going to be constrained. I think that there are enough people that don't want to turn this into a show trial. Donald Trump, I think, does want to turn it into a show trial, but there are enough that don't, and some of the people that you mentioned that that he won't be able to make a mockery out of it that way. He is going to be able to, make a judgment about how long he wants it to last. What I think is so unfortunate is here you have the majority leader in the Senate saying, "I'm going to take instructions from Donald Trump's lawyers," instead of behaving like a leader ought to behave when we've got a constitutional crisis like this, and that's very disappointing.
Let me ask you this.
Not surprising, but it's disappointing.
If you had your druthers and your ability to call witnesses, who do you want to hear from in a Senate trial?
I'd love to hear from John Bolton. I'd love to hear from, Mick Mulvaney. I'd love to hear from all the people that Donald Trump has refused to allow to testify and to participate in the House's oversight, constitutional oversight responsibilities. They've stonewalled. They've made it impossible for us to hear those witnesses, and I'd love to hear those witnesses. By the way, Katy, I think the point you were making earlier is just such an important one, because we're now 2 years into this presidency, and it's all about nothing to see here. He gets accused of shaking down the Ukrainians, and he goes out to the driveway in front of the White House and shakes down the Chinese on the, in front of all the television cameras, as if to say, just because I'm doing it in public must mean that it's okay. If this had been Barack Obama who had done what Donald Trump is accused of doing here, I can assure you he would have been impeached long ago.
Do you think hearing from Rudy Giuliani or hearing from Mick Mulvaney or John Bolton would change minds?
I don't know, but I think it would help create a record that we're going to need, that I would like us to have coming out of this trial, so the American people know what actually happened here. This is despicable. If any mayor did what Donald Trump had done as president, he'd be hustled off to jail as a result of it. And we have to use this as an opportunity to reestablish the standard of conduct we want out of our presidents, whether they're Republicans or Democrats.
I want to play a game with you. We have the soundbite of this, but I think it's more interesting if I read it. I want you to name this senator. People have made up their mind in a political fashion that will hurt this country long term. If you can't vote for impeachment, give us the due justice to the case. Don't decide the case before the case is in, and this bothers me greatly. Who said it? During what impeachment?
It was, I'm sure, during the Clinton impeachment, and I don't know who said it.
Lindsey Graham.
Oh, yeah.
Some people have said.
Oh, I guess we're playing it.
But please do.
Oh, no, I guess we're not playing it. This is just the file. This is him saying it. It is remarkable, it seems, how the tables have just completely turned. And arguments that were made in the Clinton impeachment suddenly, it seems, don't exist for this impeachment.
It's incredible. And I think, look, it's very unlikely that President Trump's going to be removed from office as a result of this. But it is really important for us to go into this election relitigating what we want out of a president. You know, the guy gets up every single day and lies to the American people. Look at what he's doing on this China trade stuff. He's kicked all of the important issues into, you know, phase two. He's predictably, you know, basically trying to declare a victory on farmers after, by the way, he sent $28 billion to farmers in this country to try to paper over the losses that he created, which is more than the auto bailout cost the American taxpayer, more than twice what the auto bailout cost. So it's all this stuff. Like, I just always play the movie. What if Barack Obama had done all this stuff? I mean, he would have been run out of here years ago. And that's not a reason to impeach Donald Trump, but it is a reason not to reelect Donald Trump. And I think we cannot take this for granted, Katy. This is going to be a tough election cycle. Every week that goes by, I'm convinced that it's going to be tougher than I was a week ago. And I think it's important for us to nominate somebody who can win purple states.
Senator Michael Bennet, a 2020 candidate as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Katy. Thanks for having me.
And next.